Guys, before we start, we have a sponsor. You guys all need to check out the TVParty app.
Okay, seriously, download it. It's like Twitter, but just for when you're watching reality shows. Instead of clicking Twitter while you're watching it, you literally just click TVParty App. I don't think it says app on it, but pick whichever show you're watching. You can see the conversation happening. Interact with other viewers. Like, we've seen people make friendships and relationships talking about this show in the context of our podcast. Mm-hmm. This is basically just like a focused version of that, but also with everybody listening or everybody watching is involved. And unlike Twitter and Facebook and all that, even podcast titles, there's no spoilers. Remember when we spoiled season 5?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, yeah, there's no spoilers because when you're watching the episode, so if, say, you can't watch it live on Wednesday night, Are You the One? You're watching it over the weekend, catching up. You can still see the conversation happening through this app. It syncs up your phone to your DVR. You press play at the same time, uses your microphone, all this stuff. I don't even understand.
Seriously mind-blowing.
And
more complicated than the algorithm for Are You the One.
Definitely more complicated than that. And you can see the conversation happening live while you're watching this on your backlog. And you can see Chuck and Michaela and Adam, that's who they had this week.
Chuck from season 3.
Talking garbage about Teen Mom.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So the first thing we see...
spilling tea, as everyone says.
First thing we see is Chuck's like, Teen Mom is garbage. And I'm like, yes, love this app, love this conversation. Here we go. Download it. TV Party in the App Store. We have a link to it on our Twitter. Mm-hmm. And, well, let's welcome TV Party to the Perfect Match Pod family.
Oh, so welcome to have you.
Welcome them by downloading it. Even if you're not that into it, download it and give it a try. Trust us.
Mm-hmm. And here we go.
Can keep my hands on myself.
Welcome to the Perfect Match Podcast.
Welcome.
It's the official food coma episode of the Perfect Match Podcast.
Oh my goodness. I'm so full of rice and cheese balls. I can't even... And water. I drank like a gallon of water.
During the episode.
Parched.
Yeah.
Typically and we're... a balloon. So I'm working through it. It's all for the pod.
It's for the pod. And typically I was drinking one of our not patented, but trademarked.
We patented Miller High Life.
A refreshing Miller High Life, the champagne of beers.
Champagne of beers.
Had a couple of those, but Rand was just down in water.
I could barely drink a Blue Moon. I don't know why. I've just I was fatigued.
So what we learned from this episode is you're more like a Gillesse than a Zoe. Zoe's drinking beers. Gillette has a tall, full glass of wine. Did you see her glass of wine?
Yes.
It was like yours at Alana's
wedding. The waiter just poured the rest of it in. It was like
almost overflowing.
It was like that bubble that keeps it from spilling out. And I was like, I'm wearing a fancy dress here. Thanks for giving me like a surefire wine stain. Okay, but I am like, I'm so full. I'm like,
on the verge of
I feel asphyxiated. Is that like the dead version? Like asphyxiation?
I think that is. That's like where you're already dead. They were just, So like you're just choking. You're trouble of breathing right now.
Yeah, I feel like a fat dog that like on a roller skate. Like that's just in the room like, like I feel like that's how I sound. So I'm sorry. Food coma. We're just honest off the bat.
I'm going to bring the energy because I am just
slim pumped. And Reggie went on a run while I ate an entire carton.
I lost 20 pounds while you drank 4 gallons of water. But
oh my gosh, so much rice.
I'm on a high. I'm on a high after this episode.
Oh, me too.
I'm on a high.
If this wasn't a great episode, and it really was, I would be like, I gotta sleep for a little bit. We'll do it in the morning. 5 a.m.
And if like people, shouts to Sarah. We'll get to Let's Get Social at the end of the pod, but Sarah tweeted at us right before we started. Can't wait to listen to the podcast on our commute, so we got to deliver.
And yes, that definitely added some fuel to my engine. Thanks. That's not where you put the fuel, but my gas tank.
In your gas tank.
Yeah. That just sounds grosser than an engine. I have an electric car, so it just charged up my engine a little bit. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, let's start talking about episode 2 of quite possibly the greatest season ever of Are You the One?
Oh my god. I mean, just so many...
It felt right.
It felt right. It felt like this cast is, while having minor little fights here and there, 2 girls going for one guy, 2 guys going for the same girl, that type of stuff, which happens in all seasons. It feels like there's a lot more just unity in this group that we haven't seen maybe since season 1.
I agree with that, honestly. And I think that it's also a level of, even when the girls were fighting, they're like, aware of the game. And when Jada, or was it
was Jada and Uche. I mean, Uche said it while Jada was like dancing on Clinton at the pirate party. She like just perfectly summed up, and someone says this every season right around the 2nd or 3rd episode, like, the show is so great because you get these love triangles that are forced into action like right away. And, like, a girl who's hooking up with a guy the night before has to, like, watch them try to make another relationship, like, right in front of their eyes.
Yeah. This was an unnecessary one. And it also wasn't... Wait, why did... Oh, because she was dancing on him.
Yeah.
And she just did that. So that wasn't even, like, Clinton's fault necessarily. And Uche, like, summed it up pretty well and said... I feel like I'm watching my husband, but, like, I have to be okay with it.
Yep. Yeah.
And I, like, felt that was real and mature. Like you said, like, unity. They know it's a game. Self-awareness.
Yes.
That other casts.
Keith had it too at the end, where he said, I'm kind of putting my guard up right now. Like, it's tough to see her, like, making out with Joe, like, hearing about that, but... this is part,
Yeah, I mean...
I love it. I love the unity.
Yeah, and I just feel like they are playing the game right.
I mean, they got 3 beams, baby. They got 3 beams.
And I like what Joe said, too, when he was like, yeah, but the problem with that is we got about 7 or 8 couples that think they're one of those beams. But... the unity again, when they all were like, obviously Anthony and Jaless. It was like a surefire, whereas before some people are like, as if they just stumbled into the house after a week of not being there. Oh, I like didn't study for the test. I forgot what the answer is. Like, what am I going to pick? I haven't even thought about this. Shoot. It slipped my mind. It's like, everyone should be talking about it all day, which is what it seemed like they did.
Yeah, it should be unanimous every week, right? I mean... Unless,
like, later down the line...
If you get a bunch of crapshoots or...
No, I think when you narrow stuff down... Like, if Michael and Kiana and Anthony and Jaless were up there, it would have been a different thing. If Clinton and Uche were up there, it would have been...
it's fine if it's divided because you're fine with either option.
Well, no, I still wish it wouldn't be, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do with that type of situation, but the fact that there was only one answer...
Yeah.
And they all knew that. Whether or not they discussed it, they all knew that, which I love. And they all knew, okay, we have one strong couple going on this date. Like, they all have their eye on the prize.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
They're not thinking, like, I hate that I hate seeing him walk away with her. It's like, that stuff, it just confuses the game rather than being like, we need answers to questions here. Let's figure out what the questions are, and then we can...
Do you think Season 5 losing has an influence on that?
How so?
Season 5 losing...
They're learning from their mistakes.
Yeah, and it's like them watching that. Most of them probably watched Season 5. I would assume at least half the cast did.
But Season 5 lost because of Shannon. Like, they could have figured it out. Other casts have, like, gone a long time and not known. Like, Devin saved their asses in season 3 with the
and we're only
coconuts. I almost said solo cups.
Devin on the island with the coconuts, sorting them.
I mean,
I just think, and I guess we haven't gotten to the point where there's like any no match couples. Like, we haven't entered into that territory, so we'll just truly see how committed they are once that. And we already know Kiana's not committed.
I was like, why dig that grave right now?
I know, right? Like, obviously it was in a testimonial, so she didn't say it in front of everyone.
She said it in a matchup, I think.
She did? I thought it was in a testimonial at the matchup. Like, it was really.
I'm pretty sure she said it. Like, even if we're not a perfect match, I am always going to be attracted to him. And Terrence was like, okay.
That's why.
It was like.
Yeah, and he had a look on his face that I did not approve of.
Oh, Michael?
Yeah.
I mean, I approve of it because I had the same face. Whether or not she felt that way. To say, I mean, you're just like pledging to be annoying and sabotage the game if that comes down to it. Why make yourself that player already?
Yeah.
I just thought that was just like...
I guess I was thinking
what you're saying. You're trying to be over the top and like show your feelings, but you
don't
literally
put like a target on your back.
Exactly. You're talking about the game here, people's money.
Yeah.
You saying that is not smart for the game. Because everyone that could get to know you when you aren't a perfect match, I mean, I locked them in last week, but I don't even know what to think now.
I don't think Michael is all into her.
Oh, I do. I think he is.
I just think based on I'm only basing it off of his face when she said that she would still stick with him if they were no match.
But Reggie, I think it's because of the game.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of it from that perspective. He's like, I don't want this
target on my back too.
I wasn't thinking of it from that perspective. I was thinking of more so just him, like, she was infatuated
showing his true colors.
Yeah, and she was infatuated with him from the get-go. So
I could see how you would think that, but I read it as...
He also said in the testimonial, we need to get in the truth booth because if we're not a couple, we need to stop.
Because they're so intimate.
No, I know, and I think that's
Kiana Town.
That's a strategy. Kiana Town, Kiana Land.
Oh,
that's her name.
Kiana Town.
Kiana Town. She took him to Kiana Town.
Kianaville.
She took him to the village of Kiana. That's where she took
Kiana Land. I'm so
sleepy full.
Hazy.
But I don't. Yeah, that will be interesting once because they're going to go to a truth booth. That's going to happen. It seems like.
Yeah, this cast definitely seems like they're going to make that happen.
If the producers allow them to make that match in a game, in a challenge, those two will end up there, and that could be that could be interesting.
That's why season 5 lost, is because the producers did not allow perfect matches to be in the truth booth for like 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, they gave them zero chance.
But maybe they'll do that to this cast. I don't know. I think we're gonna get like. They might get Truth Booth, like
right to the off.
Like perfect. I couldn't think of the phrase, and it's the name of our flippin' podcast. Perfect match after perfect match after perfect match. I was like Truth Booth. Wow.
Oh my god, that is getting. I don't know. You don't play fantasy football, but playing fantasy football and like winning week after week after week is like such a weird rush in your body of I
can picture winning something every week.
But that's like what I imagine them getting perfect matches. It's like we're gonna win the championship.
And we don't really even know if they got one this time. But I do think
I have such a feeling.
Me too. But okay, so should we talk about the challenge? Should we continue?
Let's talk about the matchup and then.
Oh my gosh, that's what I meant to say.
Go into more of the breakdown of the relationships that are developing.
Okay.
So the matchup, my big takeaway from this was
huge.
Terrence. First of all, after this matchup ceremony, I'm Team Terrence.
Oh my gosh, I love Terrence.
I'm not anti Ryan Devlin. They're have such different styles. Mm-hmm. Devlin is like the substitute teacher, is like trying to get control over the classroom, and Terrence is like. He has like you can tell he's hosted before. He has a interaction with the cast. He knows what jokes to say. Like, he's on their level, and I think he's like Steve Harvey. He doesn't look anything like Steve Harvey, but he has that back and forth that is just enjoyable. I'm a fan of so far.
Right. It's like, I think the Family Feud setting is almost what this might be like, where, there's a large number of people, so you can give it to them without, give them, rattle their cage a little, but not...
Give them a little shit without,
Yes.
Yeah, and with everyone else being able to laugh at it.
Exactly, and being able to diffuse it through... I don't know what Terrence has hosted in the past, but I think he has hosted things. I mean, the after show, but... Well, and that had an audience as well. Ryan...
He has an actual...
was an intimate host. Mm-hmm. He didn't have, the viewers necessarily in mind.
No, he was all about...
He was there to guide them he was like a shepherd to love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shepherd or Sherpa.
Yeah. But,
And Terrence is like the buffer between the viewers and the cast. Which is what a good host does, and I think Ryan was a great host too.
Yeah. Ryan is more like Jeff Probst from Survivor, I'm going to counsel you. We're going to figure this out together. Right. And Terrence is like, you guys do it. I'm just going to kind of be a mode of transportation for you guys. And
yeah. And just, I'm going to be that satisfying factor and say things that the audience want to be said.
Yep. And still keep things trying to get you riled up, just keeping things moving.
But definitely Terrence won me over in the matchup today.
And he's explaining the rules, and he said, if you guys get a blackout, your money gets cut in half. Ethan and 5 or 6 other people reacted as if they had never heard of that rule.
Or if they got a blackout just then.
It was so ridiculous.
I know.
What?
Okay, that is a thing that happened every turn in this episode. How they ran out to the challenge as if...
That's happened before.
Yes, but it was... I mean, maybe it's just because they're doing such different, camera angles.
It was also the first challenge.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, the last one was just...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He was his intro. That was the first thing they did was,
but how did Ethan go on a date? Oh, yeah. It was the first, they had to do something.
Yeah.
But they ran... back into the house with the same vigor.
Oh, I didn't see that.
They did. And there was something else that they... Oh, no, it was the challenge. That shot, though, and Terrence was it was as if the producers were listen, Terrence is really nervous about the energy. Mm-hmm. He didn't sleep all night. He's running on empty. You guys gotta bring it, because, he needs you and you need him.
Clearly.
And they just ran out spiriting cheerleaders.
It was like a young group of ponies out on an open field.
Oh my. Young ponies. That's what you're their age. I can call them young ponies.
I was thinking more so of that Spirit show that Georgia watches on Netflix.
Oh, the best theme music ever. Let's use that as our theme music.
I'm gonna ride. I'm going free.
That wasn't even the best part, but
no.
Listen to it.
You guys can listen to it if you want to. Check it out.
I think we're going to make it our theme music.
Terrence, another thing I learned about him, he's a night person. He's a night owl. He had so much energy at that ceremony, didn't really look that tired.
You're right.
During the day, oh my God, it was he needed Adderall. He just was half asleep. Did. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Terrence.
I know. I mean, I am too. I don't know why I said it like that. I was reading something. I thought they were going to get more matches.
Yeah, you said 5.
I know.
I called it. I said 3.
You did.
I said 3.
Good
Settled
job.
on 3.
So let's just say who they are.
Yeah.
Anthony and Jelas are everybody's favorite couple.
Mm-hmm. They are our chosen couple. That's what someone said, I think.
Yeah. And I think it was Olivia. Or no, it was Nicole. And every single season, they say it. Like, if they're not a match, we're playing this game all wrong. It's so funny.
Love it. Nicole was the chosen one that the producers said,
Say this line.
No one has said it yet. The last 5 seasons, someone has said it organically, but we need someone to say it.
It's only been one episode, though. I feel like she said it organically because it happened so early. But it's also funny because what are you personally, Nicole, doing to help like flourish Gillette and Anthony's game? Like, why is them being a match even at stake for you? That's not the team effort part.
And like, it's all about how else could you
You're
play it
just
different?
trusting them.
Yeah, how else do you play it differently right off the bat?
Right.
We had good chemistry.
Put a bug on them and be like, prove it. Everybody stand there and watch them make out. I don't think you guys have chemistry. It's forced.
Not enough tongue, Anthony. No.
Right. I mean, it's crazy. But, we're still on the matchup, but I guess we can filter in. I love how Tyler, that whole montage or whatever, like, as if they're John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. Like, when I look at them, relationship goals.
Oh my God.
It's like, whoa. I love Tyler so much. I love his love for Nicole.
Love him.
I think they might have been one of the beams, honestly.
It's definitely possible. They were definitely one of the 7 that
thought they
Joe
might
was talking
be.
about. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we haven't really heard Nicole's side of it.
No,
Tyler definitely hopes it will.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's refreshing from Tyler's perspective because typically, like those, you're funny guy. I feel like tall typically as well, like Michael from last season.
Okay.
Funny, like clearly an audience favorite. They typically don't like get into these relationships a whole lot, I feel. So for him to get into one right off the bat, it seems like, is nice.
Yes, but Michael tried too. I mean, I'm saying
know,
we need to wait for Nicole.
That. Yeah.
But I hope. I have the same hope, just not as much certainty. I'm just not writing that. I mean, I wouldn't have a reason to write off any of these couples that locked in tonight. That's why I kind of wish they got more.
Maybe.
But either way, sorry. Go on, what were you going to say?
I was going to say maybe Ethan and Jada I could maybe write off, but I don't even know.
I know, I thought about that. I thought about locking them in to throw a curveball, but that's so stupid if I did that. But Malcolm picked Nerys. Now that was one of the best cliffhangers. Like, I have been going off on
the challenge.
That and just that whole thing. Not only did they not cut to commercial during the beams, they cut to commercial about who Malcolm was going to pick.
Way better.
Stupendous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I felt the commercial was welcome almost. Catch my breath.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm dealing with.
Minor prediction.
Then like discuss the options.
And at this point,
let the anticipation build. Anticipation's not building when they're getting 3 beams each time.
Yeah.
Like,
and it never is because in episode 2, I'm not thinking they're going to win it.
Right.
I'm not thinking they're going to get 8 beams.
Matchup 1.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. And the classic cut to commercial right before the truth booth fires up.
Yes.
Which they still could do next episode, but
the way it cut right before the truth booth fires up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was flawless too. Because we're all cheering. Like,
yeah, it's one of the realistic couples.
Satisfying cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Yes, I have to give props. And
I'm gonna, eat my words for now. Let's see some of that happen in the challenge, but I am satisfied.
It's a little different because these episodes used to be so crisply cut,
Mm-hmm.
Challenge, truth booth matchup, challenge,
like
truth
an
booth
episode
matchup.
of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Absolutely. Mouse-Tools.
Formula.
Yeah. And
the Toodles
so
song is when they explain the rules for the 16th time.
When we're in the midst of the season, I think it's going to be great. Maybe looking back, like rewatching it, if we rewatch it, it might get annoying because it's like, ugh, do I have to watch another one? Or like, maybe it's more bingeable. Maybe that's the point.
Wait, having the format different?
Yeah. I'm saying it might be, we might not think of it the same way when we're rewatching this like a year from now?
Oh, I think it'll be better to have the binge because then you're like, cliffhanger, I can go right to it. Like, I think that will be better than, okay, well, every time it's like...
They got 4 beams
the
and
lights shut down, and that's how the episode ends. And it's like, all right, should I turn it off? I definitely don't.
Yeah, I guess it's
not dying for the next one. This is like, it's a thread. It's so perfect. I love it. There's other examples of it, but I mean, I can't think of them off the bat.
So the rest of the matchup couples, we had Anthony and Gilles, Kareem and Olivia, Malcolm and Nuri.
The rest of or all of them?
All of them. Keith and Alexis, Joe and Zoe. I'm going to go Joey and Zoe.
They look just like... I'm going to go Joe and Zoe.
Joe and Zoe? Jozo?
Jozo.
I'm going to go Zoe Joey.
They could be a couple too. And that foursome could flip-flop.
Yep. We could end up Joe and Keith could be a match. We don't even know. Michael and Kiana, Ethan and Jada, Clinton and Uche, Shad and Audrey, Tyler and Nicole, and Dimitri and DiDi.
Dimitri. When Ethan picked Jada and Dimitri said, I don't know if you can handle that ass, I was like, you've said nothing. That's the thing you're going to say?
It was a weird introduction.
Don't say it. Yeah, it was like, all right, Dimitri.
Do they have a hat quota to meet at these matchup ceremonies?
Because everybody wears hats?
Well, Dimitri was wearing like the big brimmed hat that a lot of people have worn in previous seasons. Ethan was wearing the fedora, which I'm not a fan of. I feel like generally, I don't think that's a popular look.
It wasn't a fedora.
It was fedora-ish. It was very close.
But a fedora is a specific level of douchebaggery.
Dorkiness. Either way,
He flipped it on his head, though, too, so that was, like, extra points.
That definitely was. No, but, like, someone's always wearing a fedora at these matchup ceremonies, and that's why I'm wondering if there's actually
I have a theory about it. I think that people want to love hats. People always want to have a hat. Mm-hmm. You know, I think it's just something that everybody, at some point in their life, thinks, you know, I would wear this hat. I don't wear hats. I would wear this hat. But you never have a reason to wear a hat. And if you show up with a hat, you almost feel like people are like, what are you, going to the Kentucky Derby? This is like their Kentucky Derby.
Okay. I get that.
So everybody brings their hat.
Bring your hat. It's really the only...
Game. It's like,
and it's really the only appropriate time to wear it. Exactly. Like, you're not going to wear it out.
Yep.
If you're...
That's my theory on it.
That's a good call. That's a good just life call.
Yeah, hats are just for fancy.
Just for matchup ceremonies.
So everybody burn your hats unless you're applying to either one.
Or if
burn them. Don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Or if you're going to a music festival.
Them. Or
those are like the type of
or
events.
Or vacation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear this to the big dinner. Like, okay.
I'm gonna wear this, to the beach.
Oh yeah, beach hats are also a thing. I mean,
obviously baseball hats if you're over 30 and a father.
That's like
pretty much. It's like actually attached to your body.
Fused to Clinton's dress.
Yes. Wait, I didn't. What a weird thing to run with the whole episode. She's fused to his dread.
I don't think she ran with it the whole episode. I think she said it.
She said it twice.
She said it to him, and that was like organic. Mm. It's the word of the episode. Every time we say organic, drink. That's the drinking game. But he laughed really hard at that. Whether that was out of being uncomfortable or because he genuinely thought it was funny. When she said it at the matchup, it was a cringe moment for me because it was like a little kid who just like said something that made the parents laugh and then keeps saying it, and it's like, yeah, now it's never going to be funny again to me.
You've ruined this joke.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I will say I'm not a victim. I am a violator of that rule a lot on this podcast. I've learned my lesson, but there's a lot of times when we're watching the episode and I'll say a joke and then I'll try to force it into the podcast again and it just doesn't have the same effect. But
I mean, it's still
a similar thing. It's a similar thing.
But, yeah, I mean, to say it because no one heard it, like, you should just, when you do that, I'm just like, zip it. Save it for the podcast. Like, don't make jokes right now.
Yeah.
You watch this in silence.
Yeah.
But That's all I have on the matchup.
I have one final thing on the matchup,
okay.
And it's just a quick... We just have to mention Ethan and his analogy with tortilla chips.
And Clinton.
He kept saying tortilla chips, as if that's the only item of food that a seagull will eat.
I know.
So good. Love it.
And it was... I want to see, like, one of those, like, line drawing cartoons that's like a flip book.
Yep.
Of just Clinton opening up a bag of tortilla chips on his, like, at the beach with just swim trunks, dumping them all over his body, laying down, and then seagulls with, like, the girl.
Women. A bunch of... seagulls with their
women
heads.
Coming up and just eating them like seagulls.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody make that, please.
Yeah, we get... one of our followers? Are you guys talented enough?
Yeah, we got any talents? We're going to have a talent show. First one. First prize.
Make that.
That's your prize. What am I talking about?
That's really funny.
So that's where we started, right? Kind of.
We had a little bit of
house.
Yeah. We got to go through these couples because there's a lot of stuff that goes down, and
I feel like we kind of talked about Jaless and Anth.
Yes, yeah.
To an extent.
Pretty much, I mean, besides the fact that
I can't think of another point I had to make.
She has her wedding gown and her 10 bridesmaids dresses ready to go.
That was so funny to me and so cute. She's like, should I just propose? Like, she said it. I fucking love Jaless.
Yeah, I'm a big fan, too.
I take it back. She is no shot girl. She is the main event.
She was a shot girl last episode.
Right, just based on
But now she's...
She still was talking to Anthony. I thought it was like getting tips. No.
No.
Love.
Eyes. She's got the eyes for him.
Tips of his you-know-what. Did they go to the Boom Boom Room?
They did not. Kiana and Michael went to the Boom Boom Room. They went to Kiana Land. Yeah, so we talked about them.
How about when Malcolm knocks on the door and he's like, occupied. They don't even show who he's with.
No.
He just tried to see if anyone's in there. I'll go in. I mean, shit, if you're in here alone...
Is that the only room in the house that's, like, always dark? Because I would want to be in there all the time, then.
I don't think it's always dark.
Okay.
But it might be.
There's probably a light switch in it, but it's probably one of the only ones that they allow you to... Okay, we have to talk about Malcolm and DiDi, and just specifically the aftermath of Malcolm kissing...
Well, I want to talk about the pirate party a little bit.
Okay, pirate party.
Well...
That was the big penultimate moment of the pirate party.
Oh my gosh, look at that word, dropping it.
That was my vocab word of the day on my calendar.
It really was?
No, I don't have a calendar.
Do you have a vocab word calendar I should know about? Okay, I have to say, I am in disbelief at the amount of time Deandra must have taken to get ready.
Oh my God. Get extra.
I don't even know really what that means.
I'm quoting Nuri's.
Oh, I know. And then Deandra said I'm extra, but I know that that's an insult, and no one would say that they are that. But maybe DiDi
I think someone would
She's
say that.
She's real as can be. I just don't know if I know what... It's like, you're extra. Bye. Like,
it made sense to me in that context because all the girls were in like matching like Party City pirate skirts and just like hats, a little bit of makeup.
Yeah, I guess.
And she comes down with like a what did she call it? A
jumpsuit.
It's
not a jumpsuit, but it's a bodysuit.
Yeah.
Maybe she said bodysuit.
I thought she said.
But it was kind of like lingerie-ish. I think that's fine. She wouldn't have seemed extra if she didn't take
45 minutes
more.
And
the
then
party had been happening.
They were literally... There was a scene where Clinton asked, do we have 22 cups for them to pour the shot glasses? People were still getting ready. Then they poured them. Someone said, where's DiDi? They probably waited a little bit. Then they drank them. And then she still didn't show up for another 20 minutes.
I mean, it could have been more. It felt like more. For the time it would take... I think that Malcolm... This says a lot about Malcolm. Says a lot about how long DiDi took.
Yeah.
Says a lot about Nuri's. It was almost like if she had come down at a proper time, that none of this would have happened. And now he picked her at the matchup, you know?
Yeah. There was a lot of... it was a snowball effect.
Yeah, and he wasn't even being... I mean, he was dancing with her. Mm. But she said, you know, I know that he's feeling her, but she's taking forever to get ready, so I'm going to dance with him. Like, she had clearly been scoping it out, probably expecting her to come down at any moment. Then realized, you know what? She's been taking this long that it won't seem like I went straight up to him. Like, it'll seem like she will have no idea how we got there. Yes. Night. Then, what takes it to another level of disbelief is that she stays for 5 minutes, watches them make out, doesn't cause drama over it in her get-up of however long it took.
Extra.
She goes and wipes it off and puts on sweats again. Mm-hmm. And then boxes, which is... That was so... We're watching, like, Karate Kid, but like
the
Rocky,
Ultimate Fighter.
And Deandra's the star. Like, it's like Hilary Swank to Karate Kid. Is Deandra to Rocky? Is that the music?
That's from Rocky.
Oh, okay.
She is...
I've never seen it.
She is,
She was just... The drone, they busted out the drone for that.
Yeah.
She was doing some combos. I just pulled that out of my ass.
Some combos.
But I don't even care if she's doing that. Don't take all your makeup off and change. You just spent, I mean, it just, that's probably edited too. She stayed there longer.
She shouldn't have done that just because that would have made such a better shot. To see her in boxing gloves, in a dress,
that's like a Gaga video.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
And then, then it maybe gets to a violent level. She goes back in the house, like, all, like, amped up, still in her extra, Nerys right in her face. Legitimately, like...
But I also, I'm intrigued, but surprised, and a little disappointed that the pirate party didn't blow up because of that. They're very mature, those three. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really Deandra, because same thing happened with the sandwiches. You know?
Yep.
And I mean, she lost it at the matchup, and I think that just made her look kind of awful. But it is what it is. I don't necessarily blame her. But it was a matter of, you don't take forever and show up late to a party that is in the house you're in. And then... also, like, leave right after. Try a little bit. I honestly think maybe that's why Malcolm was like, you know what? This girl is coming after me. DiDi came down for 2 seconds. I barely got to see what she was wearing that took so long.
Didn't even see her.
I mean, possibly. As far as we know, that's what it seemed like. I'm sure he saw her, but he didn't go up and talk to her.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy. I mean, disbelief. My jaw's on the floor.
When they cut away and that drone was flying 100 feet above her, punching that bag. Oh my gosh. Nerys is just... You know what Nerys is? She's a bunch of pebbles.
He has a diamond and a bunch of pebbles. Like, she's falling apart, crumbling. From a full rock to pebbles. Why? She's one...
And, like...
A pebble, maybe, but pebbles.
Like, decreasing in value, too. Like,
right.
Not even, like, one pebble. A bunch of them.
Yes. Oh, that is even better.
Like, you're not even one... You're a crushed, worse piece of stone than I am.
Oh.
It's just... I'm just still imagining... The first thing I thought of was, like, a wedding ring with a bunch of pebbles in
the shape of it? Yep. Oh, my gosh. I pictured her... Oh, yeah, like a wedding ring or, like, nails. You know how they have those, like, little colored beads?
Yeah, that people...
I feel like I had something in the linen closet that had that advertisement on it. It looked like that.
Yep.
I've never used those in my life. I think maybe Band-Aids were put in that box. Because I've seen it so many times, but pebbles. Like that thing.
The little sequins, but pebbles on your fingers.
Not sequins, like, almost like sprinkles, but not sprinkles.
Oh. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so...
Pebbles.
I
that's...
I want to name the episode A Bunch of Pebbles.
I think that we can. I think that that's really an interesting dynamic that I can't really wrap my head around yet, how I feel about it. Like, I'm not super passionately mad at anybody in that situation. I know Deandra didn't look good at the matchup. I know Malcolm looks horrible all around, no matter what.
Across the board.
Yep. I think that when DiDi ended with, she's making him go back to his old ways, and I'm here to make him a better woman. I think that was...
Make him a better man.
Prophetic. Nope, woman.
I'm here to turn him into a woman.
We're perfect matches because I'm going to transition him. I'm the only one here that can do that. No,
yeah.
I think it was prophetic. Like, I think that's going to be...
Okay, that's how this will all play out.
I do.
All right. I like it. I like that bold call. Bold prediction.
Mm-hmm. So, we talked about Kiana and Michael. She's a no-match clinger.
Talked about them. Yep. Talked about Uche, Jada, and Clinton.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Lexi and Keith.
Oof.
And then add in Zoe and Joey.
Add in the
Zoe
quartet. Zoe, Joe, Lexi, and Keith.
I love this quartet.
I love it. It's a great... Can we do a little spin-off with just the four of them?
Oh my gosh.
Like... Sister
wives, but like also sister husband,
They're
brother
just
husbands.
like on a camper in the woods.
Oh,
just the four of them. For like a weekend.
Keith
spin-off.
Can't wear anything but
crop
cut
tops.
off shorts. Yeah, and crop tops.
Yep.
Jean shorts.
It was the way it played out, and you said it while we were watching it. Keith and Alexis, I still feel good about locking them in week 1.
I don't think you should.
I think...
I get it. I think at first
they're
it was
both like trying to like make little jabs at each other, and like Keith said the thing in the confessional about, well, I'm going to go on a date with Zoe. Then she blew up on him.
Mm-hmm.
Then she kissed Joe, talked about it in front of everyone, and now he's clearly like raging on the inside. He's going to blow up. It's going to be a constant one-upping. I think they actually are a perfect match.
I could see how you think that, but Keith was aiming at that balloon the entire time, and he cannot shoot things. He can't possibly be Alexis's perfect match. Joe, on the other hand, is a woodsman.
He's a weedsman.
He's a weedsman. He's the perfect weedsman to Alexis. I think that I want Alexis and Joe to be a perfect match. But there's no telling.
I still want Keith and Alexis to be a perfect match.
I think they have more chemistry. They have more natural chemistry.
They're on like such a path of just destruction that I just can't. I just want to see it continue.
I don't want it to be another Amanda and Mike from season 4, but I don't think either one of them have it in them.
No, I don't think they would take
Alexis
it to that level.
Is nowhere near.
She
Amanda.
might murder someone, but
oh my gosh, Reggie. Fake news.
Fake news big time.
That is a really interesting story about her cousin, but Alexis had literally nothing to do with it.
Yeah. We'll talk about it in Let's Get Social. Touch on it.
Oh, yes, because of
a lot of people brought it to our attention.
Mm-hmm. But I think that, this isn't really anything specific about the dynamics, but Joe's mouth is like a perfect upside-down triangle, and I love it.
I weirdly enough was paying attention to only his... I didn't hear anything he said because I was just watching his mouth.
Oh. Maybe he's your perfect match.
Maybe.
I want to draw a cartoon of him. I tried, but it turned out horrible. But just so I could draw the mouth because it's so perfect.
Just the triangle.
Yes. He's still up there for my perfect match.
I'm sure he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got the impression that he was so smooth during that date, but you did not get that impression.
No, I don't think that I didn't get that impression. I just think Alexis is the one that is easy to be around. That was cute. But I think that's her being easy to talk to, easy to be around, easy to joke with. You know, if he was on a date with anybody else, maybe not anybody else, but people we've seen so far, he probably would have froze up.
Floundered.
Yes.
Yeah, it was, she brings out the best in pretty much anyone she's talking to.
Yes. I love her.
She's great. She's really great.
She is. She's my favorite so far. So, other notable mentions were Kareem and Olivia. But we don't know anything about them yet.
No.
It's just a nice little
taste. Palate. It cleanse the palate. We're gonna. I love more of that.
Yeah, we'll cleanse the palate over the week.
It's a sample.
Yes, amuse-bouche.
Ooh.
I've used that on this pod before. I'm not sure how, but
I loved her. Her one comment about him was, "I went on this show to find a guy who looks like a mobster, and Kareem probably could be a mobster." Right. So there you go.
Her line specifically was so great, but I think I was heating up that rice that is the reason I'm dying. I'm actually dying. My eyes are
just to all of our listeners, is worth a follow on Instagram or wherever I was seeing this. She was just taking screenshots of the episode of her in the background eating stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So funny.
She's still my favorite, even though we haven't really seen her.
Yeah, I know. Another kind of sample we got was Tyler.
Wait, also one more thing about Olivia. She sang her vote. Celeste and Anthony. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's like you walking around.
We're sisters. We're soul sisters. It's like me every day every week on this. I'm like, when I listen back, I always just roll my eyes. Like, why do you always do that? Just stop yourself.
Just stop singing little things.
Just don't sing it. Okay. Anyways, but now maybe I won't stop because Olivia.
Yeah.
She does it too.
We got a little taste of Tyler and Nicole. Kind of touched on that. Hopefully, we'll see more of Nicole's side of that as it moves forward. I have a couple, because we've kind of touched on everything.
Yeah, this was a great episode.
It was great. Still not a fan of the date. We need to get something more. Not like this was a horse-drawn carriage and then they went to a bar, it seemed like. So, I want a little more of that.
Right, they just rode in a horse.
And I think it was...
I didn't even think about that.
Danielle tweeted at us while the episode was going on. Here we go again, another day drinking date.
Yeah, that's not what you do. We're used to
I know.
Remember when
my God,
what's her face? They got to go on that big hamster ball in the ocean.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was so.
They've
cool.
gone scuba diving and bungee jumping off a waterfall and all this shit.
Obviously
there's no waterfalls.
Crazy.
Not a lot of waterfalls in New Orleans, as far as I know.
Get your ass near some gators.
But yeah, something or a haunted house or all that kind of
haunted
stuff.
Tour.
Get a little bit drunk, go on a haunted tour, get lightheaded, fall to the ground, and end up in the hospital like your cousin.
Yes. Shouts to the original Anth. Because that is what we call him.
A.k.a. Tony Frisco.
Yes. Follow him.
But,
67, right? Tony Frisco, 67?
I think that's what he is.
Give him a follow. He's a good follow, too.
Definitely a good follow.
I have a little fashion corner.
So do I.
Okay.
Can I go first?
Fine. You always take
You
over
probably
my
have
fashion
more.
Corner.
Oh,
I probably have the ones you're talking about.
Do you have Malcolm and his top button at the matchup ceremony?
No.
Is that in style now? Top button on a polo?
Just the top button?
Well, he had all the buttons and also the top button on a polo.
Oh.
Which is, I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
I haven't seen it since third grade.
When you
little
just
kid in third grade where you just did it because, there's another button here.
It was already like that. Your head just fit through without opening any buttons.
Yes.
I didn't notice it. I wish I could comment more.
So that was my big matchup ceremony one.
That's it?
And then I had Ethan with the fedora. Talked about that already. Mm-hmm. And Kiana had a sweet Penn University sweater. I want it. It looked so cool.
Oh,
Penn
I
has
did
such a
that.
cool logo with the P is
sweatshirt.
split with the red and the blue on a diagonal.
Kiana has great chillwear, as does Olivia.
Yep.
As does Audrey.
As does Joe.
Oh, Joe is always in.
He's always in
gear.
chillwear.
Yes.
Comfy gear.
Comfy gear. That's such a good name. We all remember Nerese does not have the best chillwear, but I won't even rehash that.
Yeah. Who do you got?
I did not love Tyler's matchup sweater at all. It looked like when you pet a dog with a brush a bunch of different ways. And it's like, or like you're looking at cornfields from a plane. All different. It was just like ribbed. I didn't like it. It felt like it looked tight. Yep. It looked like it was just not my favorite. Mm-hmm. Still love Tyler, just not his sweater. I loved Jalessa's floral top at the matchup. Was really, really cute. I don't even know how to describe it, but you all saw it. You pointed this out during the challenge. Or wait, no, and then Audrey, I loved the top half of her thing during the matchup. Like, I felt like that's all I could see for most of it. And the pants looked great. She's got a rockin' bod. But when she was running down after they got the 3 matches, for more than like a split second, I was like, where's her pants? I had like a moment of, what is happening? Why is she running down there with no pants? So maybe it was the lighting. Maybe it was just like the shot, like
leggings or something.
Just I don't even know. The fact that I was dying of a food coma by that point.
Put some pants on.
No, maybe not. But I like her fashion a lot. Keith at the challenge. Enough said.
Yep, notable.
I love when Alexis said, "Put some boots on and we'd be up in the boom room." So, like, you might be right. They might be a perfect match.
Country
but
boy.
At the challenge, Nicole had that shirt that just said in all caps, "I hate running."
Yep. Oh.
And it was like Live Strong colors and font almost.
Yeah.
But like reverse, it was like black with bright yellow.
It was like one of those Nike
funny
shirts you see like little
like
kids
Beast
wearing
Mode.
that. Yep. Yeah.
This one said, "I hate running."
So good.
And I hate running too, Nicole. So feel you. Another note on Olivia. She's always going to be in Fashion Corner, guys. Uh-huh. Get used to it. Is I've seen it around. She wears it best with like most things. The thick band on like I've seen underwear with it too, but like the thick band on her shorts at the challenge with like a big font.
Okay.
I cannot remember what hers said. I was like, I don't need to write that down. I'll remember, and I can't. It was like winning, but it was not winning.
It was winning with a picture of Charlie Sheen on the band. Very dated almost, but all right.
So dated.
Shoot your shot. Like, great,
Shoot your shot. That's what it said on the band.
Shoot your shot?
No, but
with
it was like
Charlie
a couple
Sheen's
words.
face still?
Yes. This is called Charlie Sheen. We won't get into why, but that's the challenge name. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm in Fashion Corner. Okay, sorry, but you don't know what I'm talking about. It almost looked like boxer.
I didn't
shorts.
Get a look at it.
Whatever. And then Alexis on her date. She looked cute as a damn button. Is she your perfect match?
Is she my perfect match?
Mm-hmm. Who's your perfect match?
I don't know. She is the favorite, I would say. She's just got the look that I'm digging right now.
Well, I mean, I think it's also her personality.
Yeah, I'm not the loudest. I'm no loud, but I don't know. Yeah. I
think Audrey might be your perfect match. But can't steal your boy's girl. EJ's Audrey's perfect match.
Oh, yeah. Yep, can't steal my... Sliding into her DMs.
Yep.
My buddy.
Love it. Can't wait to see how that progresses.
Yeah, I would say Alexis. I'm a big Jalesse. It's tough. I gotta get more... I want to know more of these girls. You don't want to jump right in. Well, and a lot... We know... I feel like we just get a lot of personality out of these guys so far. Joe,
but what about like Nerese and Deandra and Jada and Nicole has come out.
Yeah, we've got enough. Kiana. I guess I'm not. Yeah, I'm not being fair on that.
And Alexis.
Put me in feminist corner.
Yeah, go ahead.
Put me in there.
Actually get in the corner because you.
I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you.
The first person I could put in feminist corner physically, so get in the corner.
Throw me in there.
Who are you locking in? Should we go there?
Yeah, let's lock in and then do our winners and losers. And then let's get social.
Perfect.
We'll wrap it up.
Perfect.
I am going to go obvious, but also kind of risky because it could blow up in my face within the first 10 seconds of the next episode.
Yep.
Gonna lock in Anthony and Gillespie. Would have done risky. It even if they weren't in the truth booth. And
I would have done it only if they weren't in the truth booth, for the record.
I know what you guys are thinking, listeners. Wow, what a stupid move. You clearly saw during the first 10 minutes of the last episode that she throws a drink in his face at some point. But that looks like it's at the theme party. And
Mardi Gras.
In previous seasons, we've seen them invite people from the honeymoon suite.
Seen them? They're always at the parties.
Well, usually the parties happen last season the party happened and there were no perfect matches yet. But like in season 1, the whiteout party.
Yes.
They came
when they
back,
have parties, they always let the perfect matches come back.
So I'm explaining what my thinking is there. I'm going Anthony and Gillespie. I expected to blow up in my face within the first 10 seconds of the next episode.
I don't expect it, but I didn't lock it in just because. Why?
I'm locking it in.
And I locked in Clinton and Uche.
Ooh.
I think they're a match.
All right. That's a good call. It's a good call. Yeah.
I don't think Jada...
He really likes her, I think.
I think he really likes her. I think she really likes him. I think they're both playing it just the right amount of cool.
He also isn't... I think Jada kind of makes him uncomfortable.
Yeah. I do too. And I think
she's
Jada's
really
not.
funny, but...
I love her. She's infatuated with him. She's not... She's like acting like this... She doesn't have a connection with him. She just thinks he's awesome.
And he has said so many times...
I think her and Ethan might be a flippin' match.
They're both very loud. Yeah, they...
And I'm looking... I don't know.
You're looking at the other matches. Who do you think...
I know I'm looking at the other guys and the other girls, and I just feel like they might fit. And if he picked her... He might have a reason to think that too, that we're just not seeing.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those, out of nowhere.
The
week
weird
one
picks,
that wow, they were actually a perfect match.
Yeah, that's true.
Always
but Clinton and Uche, I think they were one of the beams. Mm-hmm. I think Anthony and Gillespie were one of the beams, and I also think Michael and Kiana might have been. But again, it could have been Ethan and Jada, could have been Tyler and Nicole.
Could have been Shad and Audrey.
Could have.
It was like we kind of always kind of feel like there's a lot of first matchup. Like, wow, they could get a lot of beams, and they never do.
Oh, it's every episode. I feel like that's what happens.
They're gonna win it
right
in week 1.
Right. That happened in season 5, and it was a blackout, and it was like, and then they're like, "Don't take the trade. We need more information." It's like. You got 10 truth booths, all with strong couples who thought they were together. Like, you got enough information. You're at square one. Get that money back and find your prize. We don't even know yet. We're 2 episodes in and we don't even know yet. We haven't seen one truth booth, right?
We saw Kiana and Ethan.
Oh, that's right. That wasn't real.
Yeah. That was the setup one from the beginning.
Yeah. We knew about that truth booth weeks ago.
I knew about it before they even started filming.
But
winner and loser.
So winner and loser. Oof, it's so tough. I think that honestly, I could make a case for why Deandra could be both. Mm-hmm. It's easier to make the case for her losing the week, unfortunately, because I really do like her, and I don't even think she lost the week for me just because she took that long to get ready. And, I have nightmares about that type of thing. Like, the party's going on and I can't find my makeup or something.
Yep.
You know?
And it's going on right below you, too.
Right. And she's just
so much
casually
pressure.
doing it, not even rushing at all. So that was such a preventable thing that lost her the week for me. But again, might win the week because now she has, a reason to branch away from Malcolm. And you're not even listening to me at all.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you.
What did I just say?
You said she now has a reason to branch away from Malcolm.
All right. I said more before that, but I'll let you off the hook.
No, I'm
we're
trying
on
to
the pod.
And I'm trying to think of who my winner and loser are.
I know, but I'm talking about the air right now. You're just locked in. You might as well have folders up in front of your paper.
Protecting my answer here.
Not even looking. You left the planet. Left the conversation mentally.
So she's your loser?
Or my winner because she's not attached to Malcolm. But she also could double down and make herself look bad for a couple more. I wonder if Malcolm says that in this episode, like, you disrespected yourself. You know, from the commercial? And he's talking about her screaming at the matchup.
Yep.
Like, he might be talking about that. I don't know, but if it is, it kind of makes sense, because she didn't look good there.
No, she didn't.
But I hope she just moves on. I hope that her and I don't hope that her and Dimitri are a match. Dimitri and Audrey might be a match.
I don't know. Dimitri, we gotta know more about you, man. We gotta find out more.
There's a piece of paper in the bottom of your water.
Nice. So saving it there.
I mean, thank you for the sip on the sly, but
that is weird.
It's like it's one of the tchotchkes from the Notebook.
Tchotchkes. My loser.
Who's your winner?
My loser is Kiana, because she basically said, "I'm gonna stick with Michael regardless," and I think that's a bad plan.
Yeah.
She's my loser. My winner. Man, it's tough to pick out a winner. Everyone has kind of just had a decent episode. No one really I fist pumped when Anthony.
I feel like Anthony was my other option for a winner.
He's my winner, and because the genuine nervousness of him entering the truth booth at the end was so palpable.
Yes.
The sweat,
know.
Here we go, moment of truth.
It was as if a faucet was turned on his head, and it just the floodgates opened, and he was like, "Oh my God, wait! We're actually going in here. We're gonna find out."
He was hyperventilating. He might not make it into the truth booth because he might faint before.
Exactly, they have to be a match.
They gotta be.
If they're not a match, this will be the first time I'm genuinely going to cry.
If they're not a match, they're doing everything wrong.
The whole house, everyone in there is doing everything wrong. Okay, so let's get social. That was the last bit of energy I have. Good night.
Good. Now I got the table here. Got a bunch of tweets. Keep tweeting at us, people. We love it. We're gonna read every single one of you guys that comes at us each week. Bones Jones says hi. Give us a little wave.
I gave him a wave back.
Yeah.
What's up, Bones?
Haven't heard from you since Second Chances, so it's nice to have you back in our life.
Yes.
Mad Dog said Reg sometimes sounds exactly like Schmid from New Girl. So
I don't watch it, but I love that.
I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle said, could someone being sent home impact the number of ceremonies? Because we were talking last week, they're kind of off schedule. We're done with episode 2, but only have one matchup ceremony.
I don't think so, because they still have to lock in.
My goodness. Could not hold that in.
No worries. You're allowed to sneeze. I think
it would...
because Kiki still locked in with him.
Yeah, and I don't think it would impact the number of ceremonies. It would just make it a lot more difficult for them.
Right, because it's not as if...
That would be enough of a penalty to the group. I don't think they would be like, all right, we only got 9 weeks now.
And it's not like they're gonna vote a person that's not there into the truth booth.
Yeah.
There's always other people.
That would be really funny, though.
Yeah.
One person walking in the truth booth.
Right.
With a photoshopped
hologram
image of someone else.
I like a cardboard cutout.
that
had some sort of they explained, there's a QR code on here that's directed directly to his, whatever.
That's what the scanner is reading. Zoe W. said, how amazing would it be if Devin was the new host? Obviously. Devin
liked it, so he's on board. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it. I mean, I'm a Terrence fan now. Terrence guy, but
of the
Devin
after show.
trumps everyone. Oh, she said of the after show.
I'm not positive, obviously. But that's totally
if it's the after show, that's right up his alley. Yeah. Get a bunch of foamers. They're sitting at a bar.
If he's late, you got all that stock footage, just pepper it in.
It could be like a Carson Daly type of, late night with Carson Daly. You know how he's in a coffee shop, one-on-one interviews. That could be, that would fit nicely. Devin at his brewery goes one-on-one with.
Amazing at that, yeah.
Great.
He could paint his pinky and ring finger black, right?
Is that what Carson Daly does?
Yeah, and he used to when he hosted TRL. Oh. He would hold the microphone and always have those two fingers painted black. It was such a, I mean, I belong in the 90s house, guys. It was such like an old, like, trend.
They're bringing back TRL. You think the hosts of the new one will do that homage to Carson Daly?
I wonder. He should do like 2 sparkly nails or something.
Yeah, just the first episode. Like, I'm here for you, Carson.
Right.
You've moved on to bigger and better things, but
if you look at the light just the right way, you can see those have a clear gloss on it. I'm going to be watching. DJ, whatever, room, like...
Yeah, I don't know what the guy's name is.
I have no idea. But we're definitely going to watch it.
Oh, and the last one, which is a bunch of people tweeted this at us. Lily, Allison, Erica, Mad Dog, Renee, Renata, not Renee.
Can we call you Renee?
Talked about the Alexis cousin stuff.
So Shanley tweeted something out, but it's been deleted, and I couldn't find.
And it started. Someone on Reddit brought it. At least that's where I saw it earlier that morning, and then a couple of former cast members caught on to it, and people deleted tweets because Alexis. There was this whole thing about her cousin murdered someone.
Well, okay, so I've heard of that story, and they do have the same last name, Sheila Eddy and Alexis Eddy.
Yeah.
Never, and it was West Virginia. Never in 1,000 years would I have put those pieces together. But it's not like the story of her cousin being a murderer is new to her. She's probably, that was a famous story-ish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anderson Cooper covered it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But, I mean, it's really, there was like a Lifetime movie, I think, based on it. It was just like 2 friends just straight up murdered this girl. Premeditated it, stabbed her a bunch of times. Brutal. Alexis said, I believed her until she pled guilty and had literally nothing to do with it. Like, imagine how shocking that would be if that was your cousin. You know?
Yeah, that's, I mean...
And it was just so bizarre. I don't think that... That's why I wonder what Marie tweeted, because it had to have... Or, Shanley.
Well, she just said... I remember what she said. She said, wow, you're letting conspirators to murder on the show. What happened to background checks? And then...
That's what she said?
I'm pretty sure.
What a bitch. I mean, I'm sorry, but...
Yeah,
that story was covered. Never was it like, and the cousin helped. Like, it was just a cut and dry case. Nobody, I mean, does this girl have a sister? Is she a conspirator because she's related to her?
And if this
thing ignorant.
Was, yeah, and if this thing was as big as you said, like, the producers' background checks, like, that's the first thing that comes up.
Oh my gosh, that's probably why they were like, hell yeah, put her on.
Yeah.
She's cousins with that Sheila girl, like.
This is like, yeah, just another thing. They might, I wouldn't even be surprised if she talks about it later on in this season.
Maybe. I hope so.
Who knows? Like,
please, I want to hear about I mean, that case is just really crazy. Read the Wikipedia page of it.
I didn't look enough into it.
Flippin' remember the girl's name. Only because I was just reading about Sheila on Wiki.
The victim.
Trying to see if Alexis was even... Like, I think she testified against her cousin, I'm pretty sure. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, we'll cut that.
No, I'm allowed to speculate. If I say it's speculation. Yeah. Okay, so I think, is that it?
Yeah, that was Let's Get Social.
Ooh.
Yeah, we'll be...
So, listen, or download TV
Party.
TV Party. Oh my gosh, I almost said TV Room. Download TV Party.
Yep.
I mean, for real. You should.
Yeah, it's legit.
It is legit. We weren't lying. And I am just really thankful to them. I feel official.
I'm going to check it out.
as though we've made it.
We got an ad. I'm going to check it out with some of these other shows, too. Because it's tough. I tried, like, interacting a few times during the episode.
They wouldn't.
Sent a couple things and
nobody responded.
Well, and it was just tough. We're taking
with.
So many notes while we're watching it live. Yeah, no one liked any of my stuff.
I tried to participate, but they shut me out. No, I don't think that's how. Like, I think all do participate, and like people are just talking to each other.
Yeah, it's a sweet little back and forth between everyone.
Yeah, it's weird. The vibe is just so like,
and it's not just. It's like a mix of cast members plus just random people, and like it's great to see the group talk.
I mean, we're doing 2 ads, and we're not getting paid for 2 ads. I'm completely kidding. But check it out. Catch us on there. Catch Reg on there. Mm-hmm. Give him a shout. And he's shy in there.
I'm gonna
coax him into participating.
I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna check it out with like.
I'm making a joke. I was like making fun of you.
Well, you make fun of me all the time,
I'm
so
I'm
not used to it at this point. I'm gonna check it out with like 90s House too, or like
definitely 90s
Housewives.
House.
There's other shows that are on there.
Housewives is on there?
Yeah, they have a ton of action on those episodes.
Holy
ton of action.
Shit.
I don't know if they have. I didn't look to see if they have actual housewives on there, like chatting, but
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, download the app.
Yep.
We'll tweet at us.
Keep tweeting at us.
Rate and review. We haven't asked for one in a long time. Please do it.
Please. 5 stars. We'll be back on Tuesday with the challenge.
Yes.
It's heating up. We'll obviously be back next week to find out the fate of Anthony and Jealous.
Oh, I'll be dreaming about it.
I'll be sweating about it. Feel ya, Anth.
All right. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Love you guys.
Bye.
I'm gonna ride. I'm riding free. So come along, let's go along. Come on the journey with me. I'm gonna ride. I'm riding free. As long as I am here with you, I feel the spirit within me.
But even though I don't know what to expect, I get the feeling it's going to be amazing.